Okay, so our speaker today is somebody that's new as a speaker to us, but who we're very familiar with. So when I asked her how she wanted me to introduce her, she sent me this 2-page dossier. So I said, honey, you've only got 20 minutes. So anyway, it is Marilyn Mercado, who is a yoga instructor, a dance teacher, a dancer who has danced for us many times before, an author, and working on her second book, and now professional speaker. Here's Marilyn.
Hey. Well, let's pretend we are attending Unity Church in Hawaii so I can greet you. Aloha kakayaka. So aloha kakayaka means good morning in Hawaiian. And again, let's pretend we are in Hawaii because I want to say ohana. Okay, so you are all my ohana, including those of you in Zoom. Ohana, my family. So anyway, I'm excited to be here today talking about my favorite subject of all, self-love. And I'm even more excited because I want to share with you my greatest discovery in this journey to self-love. But first, I want to ask you a question. Think about the first time you started loving yourself. And when did you first experience that moment? Let's go back to that moment. Honestly, it took me 50 years to begin loving myself. And it's okay, because I have 30 to 40 more years to master my self-love. And that's why I'm in this journey to self-love. Now, before I begin, I want to start with a story. When I was growing up, I know this young woman who followed the rules of the household to feel loved and accepted. She studied really hard to please her father because she's expected to be a good girl and to do good grades. But deep down inside her, she has this rebellious spirit that longs to break free. But out of fear and to avoid punishment, she obeyed every command of her elders. Now, when she got married, her mother told her, "Be a good wife." And then she said, "What does good wife mean?" The only model she had was her parents. And so she did. She took care of her family, did everything she did to please her husband, which was what she'd seen her mother doing. But discomfort lingered over the years. She felt miserable, lonely, disconnected. And then one day, she was attending her class, and truth was being discussed. So something inside of her stirred up. Emotions that she buried deep down came rushing up. So she started sobbing, unable to stop. She walked away from her classroom. After the class, she talked to her instructor and said, "I needed to leave my relationship that's been miserable and dead. We're unhappy and unhealthy. So on her drive home, she asked herself this question: am I living the life that wants to live in me? She answered her question, no. So she summoned the courage to talk to her husband that evening. She told him that she was unhappy no matter how many therapists they've seen. Their life is unhealthy and unhappy. And her husband says, his first question was, what are you going to do without me? You're not going to make it. You need me. She stayed quiet. She didn't want to offend her husband. But in her mind, she said, I would celebrate. I will buy clothes that I like without hiding it underneath the bed. Because he always asks me, how much does it cost? And then I will finally buy my running shoes because he told me I don't need running shoes to run. And now I can go out with friends without permission. And I will take classes without guilt. Because every time I take a class, he told me, oh, you are taking a class because you're not enough? And the last thing he said, go ahead and leave. You are not a good wife. Let's take a breath. Though sad and in pain, she was not afraid. She realized that in order to create the life she truly desired, she has to walk away from the life she had known. For the first time in her life, she's choosing to be happy. And I know that because that young girl was me. Let's take another deep breath. I'm going to make this. So for me, I believe that's the act of courageous self-love. I have to courageously choose my happiness. And I realize that's not selfish. I chose what's best for me, not what is best for my husband, my daughter, my parents, my siblings, and my friends. The journey was painful and challenging. But through it all, one quote from Khalil Gibran's book, The Prophet, resonated with me. I want to read it to you. The pain that you feel is the breaking of the shell that encloses you. What it means is pain can be necessary to break free from limitations, helping you grow and evolve, facing what's hold you back. This line became my anchor. It reminded me that pain, though difficult, is not a punishment. It's a catalyst for growth. The pain forced me to confront myself and step outside my limiting beliefs. A call to evolve. Because of my desire to heal and grow, I went for therapy for years. One day, my therapist told me that there was a workshop that I might be interested in. I decided to go, and there I discovered what was missing in my life. They shared a book. The missing commandment, love yourself. It says, it's not missing from the Bible. It is missing in our life. During my time together with the group, I have to work on my childhood stories and my limiting beliefs. But my journey there was not over. I wanted more. I wanted ways to love myself even more. So I attended master classes to help me grow and discover more of who I am. Which is what I'll be sharing with you this afternoon, a workshop of mastering your self-love. This is a 32-hour workshop where I have to open my heart more. So in that 4 days of workshop, I was having a heart surgery. I call it a heart surgery because there's so much pain there. But at the same time, there's so many layers in my life that got healed. But don't worry, you won't have to have a heart surgery today. I'll be sharing you 2 tips, techniques, and exercises to master your self-love. And besides, I don't have that much time. I only have an hour and a half for the workshop. At that time, I also started writing my book because in my yoga training, I learned tools to release blocks that's holding me back from feeling or experiencing my wholeness. So this is the first book I've written, Chakra Tools of Transformation. I have to release blocks that I have, release fear, guilt, shame, unforgiveness, grief, lies, illusion, and attachment. Attachment to my ideas. So in this book, I shared some of the tools that I continue to practice. And today I want to give you a gift. to experience an exercise that I created for my second book. My second book is all about mastering your self-love using space, silence, stillness. So I will explain this as we go through the exercise. So space is how we create the physical, mental, and emotional space. In your mind's eye, you will create that. And then stillness is the art of being present and cultivating inner peace. Now in the silent, this is where you'll quiet your mind to discover your deeper truths. God's only voice is silence. So when you're ready, I will guide you to this. And this is something you can practice each moment. Anytime you need to choose for yourself. In case you won't make it to my workshop, you have something to take home. But I'm pretty sure you'll all be there because we want to master more of our self-love, right? Yes. Yes, all right. All right, so when you're ready, sit up nice and tall, feet flat on the ground. We're going to take our left hand to our heart, our right hand to our solar plexus, our third chakra, our power center, our second brain, our intuition. And then you'll create the space. You will be in stillness. You will listen to your silence. So let's go ahead, create that space in your mind. Maybe it's outside, the nature, the ocean, or maybe at home, your altar. Find that happy space. And take a moment to be still. In my yoga practice, healing is stillness. And then take a moment to be silent, to hear the voice of your wisdom. Maybe you can even go back to that question. When did I first start loving myself? And now you will ask yourself this important question. Again, this is something you can practice each moment, anytime you need to choose for yourself. The question is, what is the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? Or what is the most loving thing I can do for myself today? Take a moment to listen. Create that space. Be still and listen to the silence. Silence of your heart, voice of your wisdom. Let's take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Take both hands to your heart. Hold your heart. Create that connection to that special person in your life, which is you. Loving yourself. using each moment, anytime you choose for yourself to hold your heart, which is your heart chakra, where healing happens. It's a connection from your physical and spiritual self. And then hold that answer in your heart. What is the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? One more deep breath. And exhale. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And take your time. You don't need to rush. Now, how many of you feel more connected to your own self-love after this exercise? All right. Those of you with your hands raised, I'm going to be looking for you during the workshop, right? So my ohana, my friends, I want to invite you to walk this path with me of self-love. Because self-love is not a destination. It's a continuous process of honoring our heart, our truth, and our own happiness. I want to add something to get you moving as we declare our self-love. So if you may, I'll have everyone stand up. All right. So we're going to declare our self-love to ourselves, and we're going to add incantation. That means creating a movement, because you can say it in front of the mirror, I love myself. But when you add a movement, we raise it up a little bit more, adding more vibration. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes. All right. Okay. So we're just going to keep it simple. At home, you can dance around, move around. But we're just going to take one arm. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love the person I'm becoming. I love the person I'm becoming. Okay. That's good for the first try. We're going to do it one more time, because I really want you to declare your self-love to yourself. All right? So, I love myself. I love myself. I love the person I'm becoming. All right, much better. Great job, everyone. So, you can keep standing. So I really want to invite you to this path of self-love. And again, self-love is not a destination. It's an ongoing process to heal our heart, speak our truth, and connect to our wisdom. Place your hands together. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. My ohana. Thank you for having me. I was telling myself, I'm going to have a standing ovation after.